Many thanks go out to the BSS team here at the Microsoft store at South Point in Durham, North Carolina, for inviting us here to talk at this Small Business Week event about the benefits of custom software development. My name is Matt Donohue. I do partnerships and business development for Digital Mettle. We are a custom software development firm in Raleigh, North Carolina. Started in 2001 with a simple goal to offer best-of-breed software development capabilities to the market. We're a dedicated service firm, meaning that none of the solutions that we create, we don't retain ownership of any of the IP. All of the intellectual property is the property of our customers. It's really important to us to make that distinction, as a partner. The goal of today's time is to really give everyone here an overview of the software development process and also kind of highlight some case studies from our experience to show how custom software is applicable to your business. We're really excited with our partnership with Microsoft. We support BSS teams across the country for when their customers, you, have challenges in the application layer that are really outside the Microsoft stack. Microsoft does an absolutely phenomenal job supporting customers of all different sizes with best-in-class hardware, software, solutions, support, customization, you name it. The software, the Microsoft suite is really there to support you. When the challenges in the application layer that you have are outside of that stack, that's where we play. And that's really what we're going to highlight today. So before we kind of jump into the case studies and into the process, I want to just kind of cover some baseline definitions. So what do you need to know as we go through here? And apologies if these definitions are a refresher. But business automation, just like it sounds, using software to streamline your business processes. Off-the-shelf software, this is the SaaS packages that we all love and we all use through Microsoft, through their partners, resellers. These are the solutions that are literally plug and chug. The one thing to remember about all off-the-shelf solutions is they're created for the whole and not necessarily your business. They're going to be an 80% solution right out of the box. Of course, you'll be able to customize and get them closer to that kind of 100% mark, but inevitably there's going to be some features that are not available. Majority of the time, there will be off-the-shelf plugins, and that's where a third-party vendor sees the niche, they create it, you're able to buy it, plug it in, problem solved. Integration to us is kind of the next level. The next level. This wouldn't be like integrating SharePoint into your into your business or integrating a CRM. This is kind of the next layer of integration. So integration takes place. You're using it. You're using your various software packages. They may be talking together right now, but maybe it's not as efficient as you'd like it, or they're not talking together at all, or you'd like a dashboard. You'd like some aspect again to streamline the process. You need a partner that enables you to build the bridge. That's what we do, is build that bridge to make sure that those different systems are talking together in an efficient manner. And of course, a custom solution. This is what we specialize in. This is when you have a customer that has the business challenge, and then they work with a partner to find the right solution. So now we're actually going to talk about some of those solutions. So over the past 15 years, we've worked with customers of all different sizes, small business owners like yourself, all the way up to the Fortune 100 and everywhere in between. 100 customers and over 200 projects, we've seen a lot. We've not specialized in any industry, we've not specialized in any specific technology, so our use cases are kind of all across the board, which is great because we're constantly learning, we're constantly evolving with the market. These four cases that I'm going to highlight today, the goal is to really get you to think about how, do you have a similar type challenge in your business? First is an inventory control issue. It's something that's near and dear to a lot of organizations' hearts. This scenario was really not that uncommon. We had a local pediatric practice, the largest pediatric practice in the state of North Carolina with over 7 locations, and the challenge was simple. Their inventory control for their vaccines was non-existent, and vaccines were coming in. They were being administered, they were expiring, they weren't being shared between locations, and no off-the-shelf solution would work. So they needed a partner that could come in, understand the business, understand their current processes, and design, develop, and implement a software based on how their nurses and technicians ordered, administered, and kept track of the vaccines. And so we came in, we built that, turned it on, 100% adoption rate, and of course did away with that $1 million loss. When it comes to mobile applications, there's a lot of work that we've done with independent software vendors that have a great web-based product. This specific customer had a great CRM system. Their users loved it, but there was one challenge. specific customers, their sales teams couldn't access the CRM system in the field on their mobile devices, and therefore they were losing business. So there was a very specific use case that they needed a mobile application designed and built for. So we partnered with that customer to nail down that use case and really go through the process of developing a mobile application that was ensured to embed in the digital life of their customer sales staff. So we were able to build it with a ton of input. We're actually going to go into this in greater detail in a bit. No matter where we are in our careers, we've at some point dealt with a legacy system, and that's a challenge that a lot of organizations face. And custom software is a great way to extend the life cycle of a legacy system. One such example was a local restaurant here in Raleigh, 15th largest restaurant in the country, largest restaurant in the state of North Carolina, serving anywhere between 20 and 40,000 reservations a month. Needless to say, their reservation management system is critical to their success as a business. Well, a little over 10 years ago, the software vendor that built and maintained their software system went out of business, disappeared overnight. They were left with two options. One, they could engage with a partner who could customize the system and keep it up to date. Or two, scrap that IT investment and go with a subscription-based service like an OpenTable that would cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. They went with digital Mettle. We've been serving it for the last 10 years and have done dozens of updates to keep that system up and running. And last is really the entrepreneur and the startup discussion. This is one that we love. This is a customer coming in, an entrepreneur with an idea. In this case, it was a gentleman that had a wonderful concept of how to streamline the certified mail process. But he didn't have any technical know-how, what we like to call a non-technical founder. And so we partnered with him to be his outsourced development team. We built his initial product, helped him take it to market. It's been in the market now for a decade. It's been after constant iterations and upgrades. He's seen double-digit month-on-month growth, and it's really great for us to be a part of that winning story. So those are some solutions, custom solution examples at the high level. Now we're going to kind of go through the process and weave back in some of these examples and take a deeper dive to show how they relate to the specific processes. So step 1A, we of course 5 steps. We broke step 1 into 2. I think you'll realize why we did that in a moment. These are the drivers. These are the efficiency gaps. You know your business better than anyone else. You know the processes that you have. Some of them might be manual. It'd be great if you could automate them. There might be reporting that's taking hours when it should be taking minutes. Whatever the case may be, you know what these challenges are. Or you might have a pretty good idea and you just need to take a deeper dive. When you go through and you start doing this evaluation, it's best to get out a pad of paper and just start writing down kind of the wish list. It'd be nice if we could fix X, Y, and Z. Well, once you have those drivers, once you've kind of identified the areas of your business where you think there might be some efficiency gaps, the next thing to do is to evaluate what's the value of fixing it, or what's it going to cost me if I don't fix it. The reason this is important is that it gives you the ability to decide whether or not it makes sense to pursue a custom solution down the road. Meaning, if you value it at $500, there's no reason to even talk to a development firm about a solution that could cost $5,000 or $50,000, whatever the number may be. It's also important to think about the long-term goals of your organization versus the short-term cost. What we mean by that is that right now, if you have 100 customers and your 2-year goal is to be at 500 customers and 5-year goal is to be at 1,000 customers, think about the efficiency gaps currently, what it would cost to fix them now, and then are those efficiency gaps going to grow exponentially over time as you grow your business? So investing now at, let's say, $5,000 and owning that solution that will scale up with you as you grow could be a very wise investment. So again, now this is basically enabling you to take that long wish list and narrow it down to the top challenges that are worth pursuing. So you've got your list. Now you have to do some research. This is A, research on the challenge, and B, research on a possible development partner. First, is your challenge unique? Are there other people in the market that have it? If it is there a third-party vendor that already has an application, a plugin available? If you have off the shelf, go with that first. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. There's no reason to go down the custom path if somebody has already built something that's literally plug and chug. You go through the research, you find out that there is no off-the-shelf solution, there is no plugin, and custom is the way to go. Now you have to find a partner. From our experience, there really are 2 different types of partners. One is staff augmentation. They're literally going to give you a team of developers to build your project. But they're going to put a lot of responsibility on you. meaning you're going to have to supply the specification document. You're going to have to know the ins and outs of technology requirements for that. They literally just code directly on that specification document. If you have user interface design, everything is going to be on you. And in fact, a lot of the project management might be on you as well. If you have the ability to create that specification document and you have the ability to manage the process, then that can be a wonderful option. If you don't have that, then most likely you're going to engage a partner that is more kind of the consultative approach. These types of development firms really are going to start with you as a business. What are your business challenges? What's your current IT investment? And they're going to look towards the long term and really partner with you to find ways to create solutions that best fit your needs and are going to maximize your IT spend. When it comes down to it, you know what types of firms work well with your business based on your current vendor relationships. So go into the software development partner in very much the same manner. So you've got your partner now. You've got your project. You need to kick it off. How do you do that? So I'm actually going to kind of come back and share with you what the initial steps look like for the pediatric practice. So they came to our offices and we started with a blank whiteboard and we said, okay, what's your challenge? They outlined the challenge. They outlined everything. I mean, what was wrong, what was broken in their inventory management. And I won't even call it control because there was no control. And then we asked, okay, have you tried to solve it? And they said, yes, we've tried all these different software solutions. And none of them worked. Correct. Why didn't they work? Well, they didn't work because our nurses completely strapped for time. And the current process, which works for them, takes 5 minutes. And if anything takes longer than 5 minutes, they won't use it. For whatever we have, it has to take 5 minutes or less, and it has to match exactly what they currently do. We said, okay. So we went and we conducted interviews. We got to understand the needs and wants of the staff. What were those nurses doing? How could we create a solution based on their current workflows that would actually make their workflows better, make them more efficient, something that they would love to use because, hey, their life's easier now. So we were able to build the specification, build the roadmap based on all the feedback. The other thing, too, was really important was having the customer define success. This is our goal. This is what we want. This is what our role is going to be in the process. This is what we expect your role to be as a development partner. Very much everybody's on the same page when you kick that off. Really, really important. And also, us taking a look at what their IT investment was, because we don't have a technology agenda. We're gonna partner to find what is the best technology to apply to your business case. And so they had specific IT investments that we extended. So that's how we went about, creating kind of the roadmap for that solution that ensured we really maximized the ROI. So you've got the roadmap, you've got the specification. You're looking at kind of getting into the development side of the process. This is really where the rubber meets the road. And the goal of any project is always the same. It needs to be delivered on time, on specification, and on budget. That is the goal of every single project that we start. So how do you get there? First and foremost, it starts with an open line of communication. Again, that's all been said in previous process, defining the roles. And to kind of walk you through what that looks like, going back to the mobile application creation process, that customer, once they had created the specification document, it was really important that they were able to provide feedback and insight and iterate on the specification document before we did any coding whatsoever. So we took the initial specification document and we turned it into a visual representation, which was a 150-page PowerPoint. 150-page PowerPoint. It was a beast. And the reason we did this is that it enabled the customer to go through with us every single screen, go through all the logic. And it looked just like the mobile application would have looked. And they could go, start on the start page and go through every single kind of decision tree, if you will, that a user could potentially use. During this process, they were able to make changes. They were able to be like, whoa, what is that? Well, that was in the specification that you checked off on. Whoa, well, that doesn't make any sense. We don't like the way that looks. Let's change it. Great. Able to make all these edits before writing any code. Going through the entire 150-page PowerPoint process enabled them to kind of go to version 2 of the specification document. Once that was approved, we started coding in phases. So we'd finished phase 1, we put it up on a test site, they would get their end users to go in and test it. How do you like it? How's it working? Does it make sense? What doesn't make sense? They were able to give feedback, we were able to iterate, customer was able to sign off on that phase before moving to the next. We went through that entire process for every phase of it. So when we had a finished mobile application, it had been fully vetted by not only the company, but by the test group, by the end users. So when they delivered it to the market, it embedded right into the workflow, and those end users were able to get the ROI that they demanded from that CRM system. So again, this process is what we like to call client-centric, and it's putting the client in the middle. They're the ones that are really driving the development process versus the partner driving the process, which is really not going to be a benefit for anyone. So you've got your solution, and it's living and breathing. I mean, it might not need an update for a year, might need an update in a month. You just never know. You never know how your business is going to change. Because of that, it's really important to make sure that you get a partner that's there for the long run. One that's going to be invested in you and is going to, you're going to be able to share with them your roadmap for the future and be able to call upon them when you need changes. Sometimes those are going to be, we're looking to do this in the next few months, and it can be, we needed this 3 weeks ago. Can you hop on it right now? Perfect example of that is the restaurant with the legacy system. They're still coming to us today with changes that they need. We're about to hit this, whether it be Christmas time or the holidays, and we've been wanting to flesh out a concept for X. Can you do it? Because we've been working with them for so long, because we know their system, because we pretty much built it from scratch, gone in and completely updated all the code. They're able to reach out to us, tell us what they want. We're able to conceptualize it and give them, be able to create based on knowing their business model. Have very much a one-to-one relationship. So those are the steps. Created this slide to really kind of be a funnel, if you will, and summarize everything that we covered. And just to kind of go over it, it's really pretty simple. Just identify and evaluate the efficiency gaps. Find out really what are top of mind challenges of your business. Once you're able to identify those, research the off-the-shelf solutions. See if there's an easy fix. If there's not, then start researching your development partners. Know what type of development partner is going to best suit not only your team, but also to solve your business challenges. Once you choose the partner, make sure you get that roadmap. Make sure you're part of the process. Make sure that the solution that the development partner is pushing out there aligns with your use case, aligns with your IT investment, and most importantly, aligns with your vision as a company. Once you've gotten the roadmap, make sure they hit the milestones. Have that open line of communication. There should never be a project where it's, okay, we're going to start today, it's going to take 3 months, and we'll see you at the end. No, there needs to be constant back and forth. Make sure you're able to find any changes that you want to make them early, make them during the process. It's a lot easier to iterate in the moment than it is after tested and launched. Think about the long term. You're going to have to maintain it. There's going to be a cost involved in that, depending on what you're looking to do. I think that's really important. Read the fine print that you own the IP that your solution creates. There's some dev shops out there that don't do that. You say, okay, hey, we want to move the hosting. Oh, we own it. So again, it doesn't happen very often, but just make sure you own what you create, and then hopefully you do your first custom project, you see incredible benefits, huge ROI, and you're looking to start the next one. And when the time comes for that, we'd be more than happy to talk to you. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Matt at digitalmettle, mettle.com, or 919-877-7977. You can also visit our website, digitalmettle.com, and click on the resources tab. And there you'll see created content. You'll also see this PowerPoint presentation for your viewing, and hopefully will help you as you continue to grow and assess your business. Again, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate this opportunity that Microsoft and the Microsoft partnership has given us.